One more round. Acha, the most important statue that you see is on your left. That is of Napoleon. दिख रहा है आपको left में जो sculpture है? That is Napoleon when he was auto-proclaimed as the Emperor of France. ये देखो. और एक बहुत बड़े चर्च में हुआ था जिसका नाम है नोत्र दाम, जहाँ 2019 में आग लग गई थी. And it's still not open. It will open only in 2025, I guess. और बीच में unknown soldier flame है. और this is to remind the victims of the First World War 1914 to 1918 जिसमें 50,000 से ज़्यादा इंडियन मरे थे. But in French history there is no mention of Indian soldiers. They were the people who gave their lives क्योंकि अंग्रेजों ने हमें वहाँ भेजा. और ये देखो, ये सबसे महंगी एवेन्यू है यहाँ की फ्रांस की, which is called Champs-Élysées. On your left, पुलाको मोब्लॉक कार्टियर, और सबसे ज्यादा भी राइट में आएगा कोने में, दैट इज एलवी कहते हैं जिसे, लुई विटों के बैग्स. यू हैव टू लाइन अप, और हर बैग कम से कम 2-3 हजार यूरो का है इफ यू आर नॉट वेरी डिफिकल्ट. और देन द स्काई इज द लिमिट. दिस स्ट्रीट इज कंसिडर्ड बेटर देन द फिफ्थ एवेन्यू इन न्यूयॉर्क. मैनहट्टन में एक स्ट्रीट है जिसका नाम है फिफ्थ एवेन्यू, उससे भी बेहतरीन मानी जाती है. दिस इज 1.9 किलोमीटर ओनली. But the thing is, you know how many people stay on this avenue? Only 19. क्योंकि यहाँ प्राइस ज़्यादा नहीं है. Only 60,000 euros square meter. Multiply मत करो, बहुत चीज हो जाती है. So this is the avenue, the place to be. So now when you go back, you can say yes, I was there. जहाँ पर आपने फोटो निकाली, all this is avenue of Champs-Élysées. Champs means fields, and Élysées is a Greek word saying where warriors, they used to come to relax after the war. So it's a fun street, lot of restaurants, lot of cafes. यहाँ लोग वाइन बहुत पीते हैं. They love wine. So if you want to taste a glass of wine, I don't know, if you have some time, you can drop in. Population ज़्यादा नहीं है यहाँ का, Paris का, only 2.5 million. Divided into 20 districts. Small city, but we have 14 lines of subway, of metro, and more than 300 stations. Plus we have the bus, plus we have the tram on the outer skirts of Paris. 67 million is the population of France, not of Paris. Paris is restricted to 20 districts. On your right you can see, can you see this? The line has already begun. Louis Vuitton, the whole building belongs to him. As of today, as I'm talking to you now, he is the richest man in the world. Bernard Arnault is his name, and he is the highest taxpayers. 2 दिन पहले he lost $11 billion मार्केट में ना, वो शेयर ऊपर नीचे होता है ना, 11 billion, but 11 billion is peanuts for him. So this is the street if you want to, you know, spend your hard-earned or not very hard-earned money. This is the place to be. लेफ्ट में एक बहुत बड़ा मशहूर बेल्जियम का ब्रांड है जिसको कहते हैं जेफ द ब्रूज. इसके आइसक्रीम्स बड़े अच्छे, वर्ल्ड फेमस है. हर चीज देखिए, ये हमारे जितने भी इंडियंस आते हैं वो कहते हैं सस्ता सुंदर टिकाऊ शॉपिंग, वो यहाँ नहीं है. नाउ व्हाट इज रीजनेबल एंड व्हाट इज नॉट इज अ फिलोसॉफिकल क्वेश्चन. What is reasonable to you may be very expensive to others. So it's a difficult thing. So all big brands are here. और ये देखिए सामने आपको नजर आ रहा है the tower. देखा आपने बीच में खड़ा हुआ है? That is the Concorde Square. We will be passing by. Now the Concorde Square is the place where the last king Louis XVI and his wife Marie Antoinette, they were both guillotined. सर का अलग कर दिया था और 1500 और बंदे मारे गए थे. That was the end of the monarchy and the beginning of a republican state. French Revolution हुआ था ना 1789, याद होगा. So that was the end of the monarchy. और 1789 Louis XVI, yes. And then France gave something to the world which we commonly call human rights. They were established in this very country. So a lot of great things also have happened. But then we are the highest consumers of antidepressants in the world, and we are the highest consumers of antibiotics. You have the darker side of France also, don't worry. Disneyland का store है official is going to close in a couple of months. You know why it's closing? Because it's very expensive to stay on this area. Lido show हुआ करता था एक cabaret. I don't know you must have heard of it. It's closed for Indian. रोज रात को कम से कम 600-700 उसमें से तो इंडियन होते थे देखने में. But it's a cabaret show. Now you have Moulin Rouge. That's again it's a world renowned house. तो वो भी cabaret वहाँ शो होते हैं. उसके ऊपर एक फिल्म बनी थी with Demi Moore. I don't know if you go to Netflix and you see Moulin Rouge film bani thi. Now cabaret is not Helen dancing with a glass of whiskey. It's a beautiful show. तो क्योंकि जब हम cabaret बोलते हैं we have those cabarets of our Hindi films. No, it's an art, and like Shakespeare used to say, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So it depends how you see things. Okay. I see that the eyes are blinking. There are people who are interested in cabaret show. It starts at 11 o'clock, but it's very difficult to get the ticket right away. You have to book online. Okay, ये पीछे ये झाड़ देख रहे हो? इसके पीछे हमारा प्रेसिडेंट रहता है. You know what his name is, of course. Macron. And he is married to his teacher. Do you know that? वो सबको पता. जो मिर्च मसाले वाली चीज़ वो जल्दी पता होती. Yes. उसकी French teacher थी, इश्क हो गया उसको. She dumped her first husband. She got married, and he got elected second time also, 2022. Done right. ওই যে দেখা যাচ্ছে ম্যাক্রোর বাড়ি, ওইটাই তো ফটো তুলছে। লোককে বলা গাছের মধ্যে ঢুকে গেছে। এই জানা গেল। You would like to get right away? Ha ha. Moulin Rouge. We'll see. You can go on this site moulinrouge.fr and FR and you can see. Really? एक ही दिन है. अच्छा. Now this is the on your right. What you see is the Grand Palais, like they say in French, and on the left is the Petit Palais. So Grand Palais and Petit Palais and that famous lovable bridge. It's a very romantic bridge. जब भी नई शादी करके आते हैं ना तो लोग यहाँ फोटो जरूर लेते हैं क्योंकि वक्त के साथ आंखों की वो जो चमक होती है वो धुंधली हो जाती है. So if you want to revive that light that when you first got married, you should come here at night time, especially. Look, yeah, on your right is big palace. There's work going on. It's closed. And left is small palace, Petit Palais in French, and the famous bridge, and you'll see the river Seine, which is flowing by. It's 800 kilometers long and 250 kilometers flow. It flows from inside Paris. Okay, you already did this. और ये देखो यही bridge है. When I was with that guy who came for shooting, what's his name? रणवीर सिंह की पिक्चर आई थी ना बेफिक्रे. It was shot here on this bridge and downstairs. There was a song. I was with them for 15 days. Ranveer Singh is not a Vani. Okay, now what you see right in front of you is a place which is called mausoleum. When you say mausoleum, that means a museum which contains the dead body of somebody. You have the body of Napoleon Bonaparte. Because you know when he lost the battle of and where is Waterloo? That is the $1 million question. It's not in UK, it's not in France, it's in between. It's in Belgium, 30 kilometers from Brussels. He was forced to exile to an island called Saint Helena, and after that, after 19 years when he died, all the remains of Napoleon's were brought to Paris, and they examined, and it contained arsenic. Arsenic is poison. So he was food poisoned by English people. English people, they poisoned us for 200 years. So nothing new. So his body is inside. It used to be a military hospital before, and now it's a war museum. So you got to buy a ticket and visit if you have time. But since you're so tight in your program, on your right is the Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower was built to celebrate 100 years of French Revolution and International Fair Exhibition. So there were two reasons. It was made for a year, that it was supposed to be brought down. It's 136 years, it's still there. And now you cannot imagine Paris without Eiffel. Like you can't imagine Agra without Taj Mahal in India. Everybody talks about Taj Mahal when you talk about Agra. Same thing. It weighs little more than 10,000 tons. And it was made in a record time of less than 2.5 years. 2 years, 2 months and 5 days to be precise. 300 people only made this. Only 300. Zero casualties. And it was the highest monument made after the pyramids of Egypt. So it was one of the 7 wonders. And now people vote on online for wonders, which doesn't have any value because this stays as a technical and engineering prowess for that period, 1889. Okay, on your left you have the big building, one only skyscraper which was allowed in 1973, and it's called Montparnasse Tower because high-story buildings are not allowed anymore in Paris. You can't have. So this is what you see on the top is 12 kgs of real gold. They say all that glitters is not gold, but this is gold. It's a church. Yes, it's real gold, but 12 kgs is nothing. If I start from a triya till halfway, 12 kgs will be done, I'm sure. But for Indian people, 12 kgs is nothing, peanuts. We have the highest number of gold in India. Yeah, you stop. Behind this. We take a 5-minute stop because we have to be at the Louvre. So please get down. At the corner you can have the photo of the bridge and of this place where Napoleon Bonaparte is buried. 5 minutes.
ওকে ফ্রেন্ডস, আবার একটু পরে কানেক্ট হচ্ছি।